And I actually watch a lot of your videos all the time. And I was telling Sean, I said, take a look at some of Fred's videos. It was yesterday, right? You were looking at his video. I was telling him to take a look at some of your videos because they're very inspiring and thought-provoking.
Is this you too, Ben?
Congratulations.
No, it's family. You wouldn't? All right, shit. He shot my documentary.
So, and I appreciate y'all, man. Like, I don't read too much, you know, but I know, like, the guys that are out there pushing and fighting and trying to get people to see things, you know, the right way. I know that y'all been doing your thing, man. And I know people try to, you know, quiet y'all down and stuff like that. And I couldn't tell you, man, guys like yourself.
The stuff you're doing, it's something you can apply to your life. So.
Barbershop conversations, guys. I'm just going to say I got the best subscribers in the world. I know every channel says it, but I genuinely love it because you guys pay attention to my channel and send me stuff in correlation into what I speak about. And someone sent me Michael Montero's end of 2016 screenshot at end of 2016 pound for pound list. It's hilarious. Let me pull it up. This is flipping hilarious, man. And let me go through it with you guys. This shit is just hilarious. And this goes to show you that people can call themselves experts and boxing what is it called, aficionados or whatever that word is. It's just ridiculous, man. No one is a boxing expert. You just give your opinion based off your experiences. And this guy obviously had Chocolatito #1. He bit the bait. If anyone has, let me explain something to you guys before I move forward. If anybody has Chocolatito #1 on their pound for pound list, you need to either unsubscribe or stop listening to him. I'm just telling you that because you're getting your milk from the wrong cow. You're getting your fruit from the wrong farm. Should I go on? You know what I mean? Because if they have Chocolatito #1, they really don't know anything about boxing because for obvious reasons, Andre Ward has been the pound for pound best fighter in the world ever since Floyd Mayweather said, I'm not doing this anymore. And even if Floyd Mayweather decides to come back, he's an illuminarius. You get what I'm saying? He gets the honorary doctorate. He doesn't go on the pound for pound list. He just gets the moonlight above the fray, you know, all on his own. And but getting back to Michael Montero and the I put these guys all together. These Doug Fishers and these Steve Kims. They're asinines. You know what I mean? And but let's stay on Michael Montero's list. He has Roman Gonzalez #1. This is the end of 2016, okay? End of 2016. End of 2016. You have Roman Gonzalez 1, Andre Ward 2A, Sergey Kovalev 2B, Terrence Crawford 3, Vasyl Lomachenko 4, Gennady Golovkin 5, Manny Pacquiao 6, Canelo 7, Carl Frampton 8, and we'll stop there because Inoue and I'm pretty much boxing fans don't know who the last two are, but let's just talk about him. Let's just talk about Roman Chocolatito. I will repeat before I get into. I get it. No way should you trust anyone who had Chocolatito #1 on their pound for pound list. No way. No media outlet. They don't know shit about boxing. If you have Chocolatito #1 on your list, you know very little about boxing. Because if you do, and you have Chocolatito #1, that means you don't know shit. And Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford has been 1 and 2 for quite some time. And it hurts them. It hurts them. It hurts them. It hurts them. I'll say it again. It hurts them to have a black fighter as the best in the world. It hurts them. And the reason why I know it hurts them, because they don't like Floyd Mayweather. Why don't you like Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya has been a worse person? For those of you, make sure this gets to Michael Montero, Doug Fisher, Steve Kim, because for everything they hate about Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya was much worse. Don't forget Michael Montero, Doug Fisher, Steve Kim, that Oscar De La Hoya paid off a 15-year-old girl in Mexico when he had sex with her. Don't forget he dressed in drag, which is pretty bad for boxing. Don't forget that he's an alcoholic. Don't forget that he just got a DUI last year. Don't forget he's a cocaine addict, okay? And there's no need to bring up the emails against people who are intentionally hiding the emails, okay? And make sure they get this. Make sure they get this video, guys. Tweet this to them. I know I got some haters on that subscribe to my channel under fake accounts, and you guys are allies of them. Please send it to them. Please, pretty please send it to them. And I'm anxiously awaiting their reply because it makes no sense. You know, for Chocolatito. I remember when I saw Chocolatito fight. I saw him fight 3 rounds, and I'll admit, my knowledge of Chocolatito in his first 35 fights, is not as good. His last 10 fights, yeah, I've paid attention to him. But I don't think a guy on the pound for pound list, number one, you got to have defense. And you got to have a ceiling. You can't, I've never seen a pound for pound best fighter in the world look like an alien at the end of a fight. Quadras, he looked like an alien. You know what I mean? And he's been on a downward spiral ever since after the Arroyo fight. I believe he's been on Quadras. He fought McWilliams, Arroyo, I believe. And then after that, he fought Quadras. Quadras, moving forward to the present, he's been on a downward spiral. And he never was a top 5 fighter. He can't be a top 5 fighter if you have Terrence Crawford, number 3. It hurt. I mean, I can talk about this all day, but I will not. But I will just say this: Michael Montero is not as intelligent in terms of boxing as he claims to be, because he bit the bait. He took the bait on the propaganda. It's a propaganda machine to have Chocolatito. ESPN and HBO were in cahoots, and everyone who hates Floyd Mayweather and Andre Ward, which he has said publicly, he will not go to an Andre Ward, nor will he go to a Floyd Mayweather fight, which are the 2 best fighters in the world, I might say, in terms of boxing. Now, if you want a slugfest, you just go, you just tell Salido and Vargas to step into a ring, and one person will have to retire at the end of that fight, which basically retired. That fight with Salido basically retired Vargas. Vargas will be damaged goods from this point forth. And it just pains these white people, man. It pains these white people that the greatest defensive fighter of our era is a billionaire. And their guy who they worship, who is Oscar De La Hoya, had sex with a 15-year-old. Imagine calling a man your boss. Imagine, listen to this, how disgusting this is. Imagine, and I'm speaking of Steve Kim and Doug Fisher, imagine knowingly your boss has sex with a 15-year-old. And you call him boss, you call him sir, you allow him to write your checks. Are you a man? Are you a man? That's just hilarious to me. So anyways, man, it's I'm gonna have fun this week. And that's it, man. I have no respect for them. I have no respect for Steve Kim, and he knows that. I did an article on Steve Kim, and he was crying. Doug Fisher, I had a conversation with Doug Fisher, coincidentally at a movie theater in a bathroom, and he knows my disdain for him. So I will always, let me tell you something about Frederick Hawthorne. I will always approach the primary variable before I go public. I won't go public like people on social media and Instagram. I won't go public and be protected by social media guidelines and people stepping in between. I will always go to them, right? And that's just how I roll. And that's it. So yeah. So moving forward, I encourage everyone, if you guys want real information and want to follow people who know something about boxing, I encourage you guys to obviously subscribe to my channel if you heard this video. You know, Dante's Boxing Nation, LDBC, if you want the real. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you have Chocolatito #1 on your pound for pound list, you don't know shit about boxing. That's just the God honest truth. It's like saying, let's see if I can give a valid example without stretching it. It's like saying, let's say, I'm trying to give a black and white example, but I'm drawing a blank. It's like saying Larry Bird is better than Magic Johnson. No, that's not even close, because Chocolatito was far worse basketball player than Larry Bird. It's like saying I don't know. I can't think of one right now. I'm drawing a blank on it, but yeah. So as you guys are going into fight week, make sure you guys get your predictions from me. And just to validate, substantiate my point, I've picked every main event this year perfectly. When I say perfect, I mean perfectly. I mean so perfect, I didn't do a video on it because I didn't get a credential for the fight, so I didn't cover the fight. But I had Chocolatito losing. I literally had Chocolatito losing Saturday night. I didn't do a video on it because they didn't give me a credential for the fight. And I'm totally comfortable with that. I'm not mad or upset about that. You understand what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I'm excited about that. And so if you want to know something about boxing, come to a guy who can pick fights. I think I've picked, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 main events in a row. And just so you know, I picked Triple G over, I was rooting for Daniel Jacobs hard, but just so you guys don't know, it's you pick all black fighters. No, I picked Mikey Garcia over Adrian Broner. I picked Triple G over Daniel Jacobs. So this is a guy who pretty much knows boxing. I rooted for Daniel Jacobs hard, obviously, but my money went on Triple G. And so, you know, there's biases on my channel. No media guy. When a media guy tells you he's unbiased, he's lying. He's giving you the raw truth. He's a fucking liar. You have allies in this game that you will forever protect. Similar to what Doug Fisher and Steve Kim, their boss had sex with a 15-year-old. Their boss wore drag. Their boss just got a DUI last year. I mean, no, this year, actually. And you know why it feels good to say this? And it's facts. This ain't circumstantial evidence. This ain't a hypothesis. This ain't me creating lies. This is true. I don't know if I can look my boss in the eye if I know he has sex with a 15-year-old. I don't think I can do that. I don't think if I can look my boss in the eye if he paid off a 15-year-old. LA Times reported it. Paid off a 15-year-old. That's disgusting. You know. Only one can imagine what happened in that bedroom. But he paid off. Oscar De La Hoya paid off a 15-year-old girl, man. And they've been trying to cover that up forever. So anyways, man. Michael Montero, if you need some tips on boxing, you got to do what they do in Coming to America. What he tells the girl, bark like a dog. Woof. No, bark like a big dog. Woof, woof. You got to get on your knees and kiss the ring, motherfucker. You got to bow to us because you can't predict fights. I don't know. I don't watch your videos. So I don't know if you can predict fights, but about 2 years ago, and I heard your rants on Andre Ward about 2 years ago, you wasn't going to Floyd Mayweather fights, and I know that's still current. And but in a few years, all that's gonna be left is PBC. and guess who is a great ally of PBC? The one, the only, Frederick Hawthorne. So all roads leads down to PBC anyway, which is a beautiful thing, because once Canelo loses 2 fights in a row, 2 out of 3 fights in a row, you know, everything changed. The game changes. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Michael Montero is completely wrong. And it's sad that his clan, 2/3 of his clan, has a boss that got pulled over for a DUI this year, that dresses in drag, that paid off that boss. You have a boss that paid off a 15-year-old girl. I'm going to repeat that. All my real men, it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. I'm going to say it again. Imagine having a boss that you know paid off a 15-year-old girl to stay quiet. Barbershop Conversation. I'm gone. Peace. Hey, I just want to remind you guys, In Your Corner, a movie I directed on Floyd Mayweather and Sam Watson, is out now on Vimeo.com. In Your Corner, click the link in the description box. And I would genuinely love and appreciate you guys' support. And don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the film. And again, I appreciate you guys' support and enjoy the video. Peace.